Queen and the Duke of Edinburgh, seen the far side of a trooper or officer commanding the sovereign's escort. In the semi-state postilion landau, an elegant open carriage, specially decorated for Queen Victoria's Diamond Jubilee. 1897, all very old, these coaches, but beautifully looked after. The field officer escorting, Colonel Seymour Denham, is effectively in charge of the Queen's carriage procession. Goes to the salute, standards lowered as the sovereign's escort. Two divisions leading the Queen come out into the forecourt. And in the Abbey, the bridesmaids and the pages.
The bridesmaids looking really sweet in very, very pale peach silk dresses with a lot of beading and, oh, completely lace petticoats showing at the back, flounces of lace which seem to be sewn with sparkly beads, maybe sequins. The Princess of Wales is wearing turquoise and black spotted silk dress, which I'm sure will be extremely fitted, but we'll just have to wait and see. Her hat's very, very daring. I believe it's by a new young hat designer called Kirsten Woodward, who does a lot for Chanel in Paris. So that's interesting that she's chosen a new hat designer. We wait to see what the rest of the dress is like.
And at Clarence House, the bride's procession is now formed up and is about to set off. So this will be the first glimpse we have of Sarah Ferguson's much speculated on wedding dress, as the glass coach is carefully steered out by John Nelson through the gate. Sarah Ferguson, smiling at the crowd there with her father beside her.
Well, she seems to have a scoop neck on her dress, quite low, and it seems to be satin with full sleeves, and there was a lot of embroidery and beadwork on the sleeves, so I should think that extends down the whole dress. The bodice is fitted, and her veil is held in place with flowers. She's got a beautiful bouquet of flowers as well. Oh, and the edge of the veil is scalloped and is embroidered, and there seem to be hearts and bows embroidered on the edge of it.
They were saying that this procession might be a little bit late, as is the bride's privilege on a wedding day. It's left dead on time, 11:15, so she's going to reach Westminster Abbey as planned, ready to start up the aisle at 11:30, if all goes well. And now our first real look at Sarah Ferguson, smiling at the crowds around her, looking very beautiful. A very sweet smile that we've got to know over these past few weeks. A huge train, it seems, on the seat in front of her, puffed up, but we'll see that when we get to Westminster Abbey. The groom turns into the sanctuary of Westminster Abbey. Footmen get ready to get off and open the door for him. impeccably drawn up at exactly the right spot. Wearing his 2 medals, the Jubilee Medal and the Falklands Medal, and the aiguillettes, because he's an ADC to the Queen on his naval uniform, and a Commander of the Royal Victorian Order, the cross at his tie. The Duke of York exchanges just a brief word with one of the party at the gate here, who are clearly under orders not to speak to him, and comes in through the doorway garlanded with flowers, with his brother Prince Edward beside him, and says good morning to the Dean, Michael Main. And now the moment has nearly come of the bride's arrival here at the Abbey, craning her neck to see the crowds. A bouquet of lilies, flowers in her hair, pointing things out to her father. She seems as calm and taking it in his stride as he said she would when it came to the big day. They turn into the sanctuary, round the pink granite of the Crimea Memorial and the little blue stand there where some of the press photographers are. That is just one tiny part, I have to say, of the press that's here today. They're in the Abbey with shoots to take the first photographs away for the early editions all over the world, and they're all along the route, but a few privileged ones allowed just there. And what a pretty, pretty sight. Pages and bridesmaids. The page boys dressed either as sailors or midshipmen. The midshipmen of 1782. They've taken the history book and recreated it for the pages here. Great shout from the crowd here as the dress designer goes forward to help her from the coach, and she'll have a moment to adjust this dress before Sarah Ferguson sets off up the aisle.
So as we can see, it is very classical wedding dress with a huge skirt, and it's made of ivory Duchess satin. What's wonderful, I think, is that her hair's down, which is so pretty, and she has flowers in her hair and the tiara. Then the bodice is very heavily beaded, with her coat of arms, which is a thistle and a bumblebee, and the sleeves as well, and it seems to be edged with pearls. And on the shoulders are beaded bows. Falling from them are embroidered ribbons that swirl in S's for Sarah. And her veil is all, which Link is arranging at the moment, does seem to be some sort of silk tulle sewn with sequins and beads, I think. Very, very long train. It looks almost 20 feet long. It's all scalloped at the edge. And it seems to look wonderful. Very, very fitted into the waist, which shows off her slim waist. 3/4 length sleeves with the sleeves dipping into points, which are also edged in tiny seed pearls. And at the back, we just saw she does have a bustle of some sort. It's full at the back, this skirt, and it has a bow on the back, right, which is a fan-shaped bow, and the train is coming out from just underneath the bow.